I just wanted to hop on and share a quick win from this week. So I have been working with Rob Quinn on sales for my coaching and consulting business. I have a course and coaching program called Crushing It on Camera that teaches entrepreneurs how to be confident and authentic on camera so that they can attract their dream clients, skyrocket their sales, etc., etc. So I've been working with Rob on increasing my sales for the program. One of my biggest problems, and tell me if any of you guys resonate with this, is that I would have these amazing sales calls. I would get the pain points and I would get their vision, and I felt like I had, really like connected with them and all this stuff. And then I would get to the end of the call and I would not get their credit card number. I just couldn't close it. I just couldn't close it at the end. That transition from doing all that stuff to actually bringing them on as a client was my biggest struggle. And so I've been working with Rob on this specifically, and also on the framework of my calls in general to help ensure that doesn't happen anymore. So I had a call yesterday, similar thing happening, and this person needed our program. She wanted it. She was totally in on it. And then at the very end of the call, she gets afraid and she starts kind of backpedaling and being like, well, can you send me your website? And maybe now is not the right time for it. And all of a sudden I get these objections at the very end, but they weren't true objections. They were just her fears. And luckily I had been able to pull out all of her pain points and the cost of what not taking action would look like. I was able to pull all that stuff out earlier in the call. And so I was able to confidently say to her, and this is a line that Rob taught me, I said, I'm going to challenge you to take action and start today. And I talked about how there was nothing worse than staying stuck. And I repainted the pain of what she had talked about with me, of what would happen if she stayed stuck and the consequences of that. And I told her that, I was going to take a stand for her and really challenge her to get started, because I believed that we could solve this problem. And I just, even whether it was me or somebody else, I just didn't want her staying stuck anymore. And it was awesome because she was like, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that. She appreciated me challenging her and taking a stand for her, and she bought. And she then at the end of the call just kept saying thank you. She's like, thank you so much, thanks so much, thank you, I really appreciate this. And I was like, whoa, what an awesome way to end a sales call, because it wasn't a sales call, it was me helping her solve her problem. And then at the end of it I was like, did I just hard close her? Did I just push the sale? And I was like, I can only do that because I truly believe in what my program does and that I can solve these problems, and I believe that I could solve her problem. So my takeaway for you guys is, if you can approach your calls in a way that you are showing up authentically, vulnerable, with vulnerability, really wanting to solve somebody's problem, you can push so much harder at the end if you genuinely feel like you are taking a stand for them and you can solve that problem. So believe in what you're selling is going to make your sales so much easier, and really taking the time to connect with that person so that you can advocate for them, and really finding the places that they're stuck so that you can help them become unstuck. And they will end the call thanking you. So I wanted to thank Rob Quinn for helping me really shift the way that I'm doing my sales calls, because it's made a huge difference. And I already got 3 sales this week from using that technique.